So here's our morning routine. There's Wendy with her boots on, her HISEA insulated rubber boots. She's been wearing them for about a month, and they are perfect for our new ducks, Mr. and Mrs. Duck. It's as close to the names as what we've come up with.
Missy, Mr. and Missy. Darn it, that hurts.
Perfect height for the grass. We'll leave this grass over here because the ducks like it. Except the electric fence doesn't like it as much, so I'm going to have to cut it back a little bit.
Perfect height so the fire ants don't bite my legs. More so.
There's the food.
Come on, duckies. Come on, duckies. Come on, duckies.
They left an egg, one egg a day. What do you think? Hmm? They've got 15 acres of lake over there, but they prefer a 5-foot pool. And there you have it. So those work great. And just so I'm going to give an update on mine. These are the work boots. I've been wearing these now for a couple of months, and I really like them. I mean, I wear them every day. So.
Go, ducks, go. Go and eat. Go on.
All right. So again, anybody that's interested, I'll have the link to HISEA, and in the promo code, just put SHT for Southern Home Transformation, and you will receive 15% off. Welcome back, everyone. Today's an exciting day. It is August 31st, Wednesday, and I have delivery coming of the Let'sDig18 thumb and 4-foot grading bucket, tilt bucket, and 18-inch digging bucket and 36-inch digging bucket. So that is going to be coming. I'm waiting for the driver to come. So while I'm waiting, not that this is really dirty, I got 21 hours on her so far. I'm just going to wash it, and I am going to I don't know if I showed the counterweight, how they brought me the counterweight. I don't remember if I did a video on that or not. I know I didn't put one up yet, but I don't know, I have footage. But it came damaged. I believe I did make a video of that, but now it's installed. I mean, scratched. They put the good side down on the pallet. There's the pallet right there. Didn't come with the bolts. There's supposed to be a bracket that goes here, which this is how I lifted it up with the strap, and a scratch, chip. So anyway, I'm just going to wash it just because it's dusty. I am going to be closing in this side of the lean-to try to cut down on some of the dust, but it's outside and it's dry here, so it's dusty. So I'm just going to clean it up a little bit, and I'm going to, it's Yellow Freight who's coming to pick it up. I just washed the tractor as well, so I'm going to go and unload there's 2 pallets, so I'm going to unload the pallets, and then we'll see what we have. The one thing that I'm not going to do right now is install the thumb. I'm going to take the 4-foot bucket, and you'll see there's another project that I'm going to do with it, removing dirt along the south side slope here. And you know, I've got the counterweight now, and with the 4-foot bucket and with the suction that I get from this material, I'm going to leave the thumb off until I'm done with that, because this way I can you know, that'll be what, 300 pounds or 400 pounds less on the stick and out front. So it'll make it that much easier to do what I've got to do. And as I talked about, I did catch it at the end of the video when I talked about this, when this was delivered, that I plumbed this wrong. This T needs to go up top here, and I'll discuss that further. But I did catch it, so for right now, it'll work fine for the tilt bucket. But when I hook up the thumb, and this way I can make sure I have the right fittings for it as well. That'll give me time, a couple weeks to do that. So. All right, I'm going to wash this up a little bit, and I'll catch some video of when I'm unloading the truck. All right, he just called me and said I forgot to call you. I'll be there in 2 minutes. Here's a closer look. So this is Chris's actual designed thumb that he worked with them on. So you see, got his logo on there welded on. So that's supposed to come with its own cylinder, and they forgot to ship it. So they are shipping it out, and it should be here on Friday. I talked to Brian, the salesman, so they're gonna rush that out. So I got an 18-inch heavy-duty digging bucket, a 36-inch heavy-duty digging bucket, so the thumb will work on either one. And this is a 4-foot grading bucket tilt. So I've got to have the hoses made for this. So I'll get it on and try to get the approximate length. Don't want it too long, definitely don't want them too short, but don't want them too long so that they snag on things. But what I hadn't noticed in the beginning, and then I texted Chris and he texted me back and said that the part where the hose is attached to don't move, which is true. They're right there. So so I'm going to get that one on first, I suppose. I'll get everything undone and try them out. But obviously the thumb I won't be putting on. As I talked about, I wanted to dig up and shape the bottom of the slope and move as much material as I could with the small dump truck and with the grading bucket, so I could put the slope on it as I go, as I work my way out. But I definitely need to get the hoses made, because that bucket I really need to use, because as you'll see in another video, I created a road. I made a road at the bottom of the slope to fit the dump truck in and the Yanmar. And if it rains, it's going to create a problem, because I built a wall. You'll see it in another video, but I wanted to do that tomorrow, so I'm going to have to be busy here. So, well, let me get these undone, and I'll get another shot of it when we hook them up. Bucket first. Got enough room to swing here? No. About this way. Yeah. few measurements in different places. All right, what I'm going to look at here is try to figure out from here what a good measurement would be. Of course, the easiest thing to bend this tape measurement down. You got to have a little slack in it. Don't believe that is the shortest distance. So that'll be the dump position. Now this has a second placement as well to make this dump or dig better, or like the other ones are set up for, 2 positions. But it's too close to those hydraulic hoses for me. I moved the other ones. I'm not moving that. I guess that wasn't that difficult. I'll have those made tomorrow. All right, so as I said, I think I said, they rushed me out a cylinder. I think they knew that they forgot it, so they sent it out, so it was here the next day. And I almost wasn't going to open it up, but I needed to make sure I had the right thread for when I went to go have the hoses made. And I took one of these out. Well, I went to cut this. This was all wrapped up. So as I went to cut down here, I cut back this way, I believe, and I found where that one was. And I just wanted to cut the rest of this end open, and I hit another port. They're both on the same side. One is supposed to be opposite that one on the other side. So I just can't win. So I called Brian up, and the salesman, and he called AMI, and I haven't heard yet. We'll see how fast they rush this one out. And I just got some good news I wanted to put in there so that all the info is out there. Today is Wednesday, September 7th, and I just got a text from Brian from Knox Equipment that the cylinder has been shipped out by AMI, so I'm assuming I'll have it by Friday. So the cylinder that will go there, that came wrong, is they are sending it out. It's already shipped, so I should see it any day. So that's great, and that's very good service. Thank you, AMI. Thank you, Brian, for being on top of it, and thanks to Chris for also helping me out with what shall we say, the little hiccups that came along the way with this. So I appreciate that. So I can't put that on, but what I did do is I got this apart because I've got to put, this is the old one, and I said this was wrong. I knew it was wrong after I did it, but I didn't take it apart. Just, you can't run 2 things at one time, otherwise they'll both be moving at the same time. So this block I took off and brought down to Carolina Hose, and she made up a whole new, this is a British fitting up here, and so she was able to redo it. So I'm going to put a T in here. I'll just show you the fittings that I got. So it'll look like this basically when it's done, and the T, the 90, will go there like that. So I've got one for both sides. So I've got all that, and she made up the hoses. So I've got those. Chris gave me the lengths. He was able to measure his and give me the lengths, so I didn't have to, because without the thumb on there, there's really no good way to be able to get the measurement of how long it had to be. I actually got the measurement, what I thought it should be and what it was pretty close, within an inch of what his was versus what I thought it should be. So, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this put back together, and I'm going to at least be able to use the grading bucket, and then the thumb, I'll have to wait till that cylinder comes, but I will not have to do any more plumbing for that because this block will be ready for it. So at least that's one thing I don't have to worry about. So all right, let me get working on this. All right, there we go, one side done. Really didn't take too long. I have to make up the hose, not make it up, I just have to put the female coupler onto this side for that, and I don't even have to take this block off. I was able to break this one loose. This is the British fitting here, so I can just put it all together because everything else below it stays the same, except I didn't need to put tape on that bottom one. That's a flare, so I got to clear that off. But I'll get that one put in, and I can get these hoses hooked up and fire it up. Like I said, the only one I won't be able to do is the I won't be able to hook this up, but the block is closed, so we don't have to worry about that, so that's good. I don't have the flow on. There we go. It was in breaker mode. Alright, the only thing I've got to do is this fitting here is out a little bit too far, I think, because it wants to push that in when it goes up to the full stop, so that does need to move in just a hair. And I'm going to have to get caps. I'm going to have to put caps on these. I have them, I believe, because that valve doesn't completely stop it. And it won't make it work, but it's dripping, so I gotta go get the caps. All right, there we are, all done. I just moved that fitting in just a hair. You can see now they clear, and this rotates up 90 degrees and hits that block. So at least I don't have to worry about it hitting the fitting all the time. I saw it was going to hit, so I didn't push it. But this way, at least, if I'm not paying attention, I don't have to worry about it hitting. So no more leaks, caps are on, and now I just have to wait for the new cylinder to come. And like I said, I've got the hoses already all made up, so I don't have to run around or any of that. It's just a matter of putting on the thumb, which will be fun, but I'll get it done. So all right, that's enough of that. So I will either put this video up and say thanks for watching, catch you on the next one, or I'll cut this part out if I happen to get the cylinder in time, and I'll include the cylinder with this. But I'll probably do the thumb as a whole different video, just because that's going to be a little more involved. So